You are now tuned in to How to Nerd, hosted by Roxxy Haze, Khleo Thomas, and Brennon Edwards.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the How to Nerd podcast, your guide for all things nerdy. I'm your host, Roxxy Haze, but there's also two other hosts. Let's introduce them now.
Oh my
Transition.
I hate.
What's going on, everyone? It's Khleo Thomas, aka Mr. Slick Living.
And
I'm Brennon Edwards, and I'm disappointed.
great.
Hey, you know what? Solid.
Yeah,
Solid.
man.
I actually like the pacing of it. The pacing of it.
Did
I
a
was like,
great
this
job.
is what you have to do in order to get through it. So
Killed
I
it.
respect it.
Killed
I get
it.
it, Roxy. I get it,
Nails on a
Roxy.
chalkboard.
So,
Yeah, man.
we like to start this podcast off, remove glasses,
Oh my god.
with an icebreaker question so that people...
This is what happened. We were like, all right, let's let Khleo run the podcast this time. And Roxy's like, no, I want to do it. And then this is the energy we get right here. She's like, by the way, I'm a robot. Like, what?
What was the
That's
first
Roxy.
comic book you ever read, and how did it impact your love for the medium?
My
Brennan,
first comic book actually was Batman.
was it?
Yeah, it really was. Like, I remember it. I was probably like 5 or 6 years old. And I don't recall reading it specifically, but I remember it was a gift that was given to me by my uncle Daryl. It came with those little cassette tapes. So like you could listen to it. Like it had like
wow.
a song that opened it up, and then it was a cassette tape that I actually played along with listening. So it came with a Batman and a Superman one. So they got me. I'm a twin, so they got me and my brother the cassette things. My brother took the Superman one, and I was like, I took the Batman one. And then we just played with both of them. So, and then they got us an Archie one, which I was like,
Archie Comics.
Archie. Look, I will say this: Archie comics were boring.
Yep.
But the Archie, like, so there was a Batman song that led into the Batman one. There's a Superman song that led into the Superman one. The Archie song slapped.
Can we
What
find
was
that?
it?
We gotta find that. Someone has to upload.
I can see if I can find it. It's hard. It's like, Archie, you know that he's just that favorite guy. Archie. That's
That's what you like?
It was dope. Everyone loves Archie. He's sweet as apple pie.
Okay, not the runs.
Do, and you know he's that time.
So you just have been there like,
And it's like do 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 do.
and
Just
let him
that
cook,
kind of
let him
guy.
cook.
All right. All right. That's how to nerd right there. There it is.
Yeah, man.
That's it.
Thank
yeah.
fucking
There it is.
nerd. All right.
There, fuck-
I did it, guys. I went there. I went there. He's like fucking
Fucking nerd. I never knew they had
Hey,
those. A comic
didn't
book that
either.
comes with a cassette tape,
Yes.
so you get a
I
chance
knew
to get
about
an
like
intro
the
song.
picture
I think I
books
probably
like that,
still
but I
have
didn't
them
know
at my
about that.
parents' house, actually. Like,
Brennan, if
Link
you
it.
could find that, I would love to see that.
Okay,
And,
I'll see
and
if
I
I can
want
find
you
it.
to I want you to bring the tape and let's let it play. And I want you to sing the song. to the tape.
copywriting wise, we probably can't do that.
Dang it.
But yeah, okay.
We'll figure it out. Oh, copyright wise.
All right, that was my answer.
Pick your
What about
glasses
you,
back
Khleo?
up.
First comic book I remember reading was an X-Men comic book, and I think it was right after Wolverine got his adamantium skeleton ripped out by Magneto. So it was the one in which like that's gone now.
Yeah.
And he turned into like feral Wolverine at that point. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that one.
I remember he used to get his ass beat after that.
Yeah.
His bones broke so easy.
He had like a missing nose. Like he turned into like more of an animalistic version of him. He wasn't like the.
He didn't have
the
claws
wo-
anymore or anything.
He didn't have like steel
They were
claws.
wooden claws.
They're
I mean, the
wooden,
wooden,
bone claws.
claws,
Yeah,
yeah.
because like his original power is the fact that he could just heal fast,
Yep.
and he had bone claws. And then they just put
The thing that
adamantium
never made
skeleton.
sense to me was how he had bone claws. I like to point that out because if you think about it, if you rip out the whole skeleton, the skeleton was what gave him the claws. That's
Yeah.
what that was at it. So now he got like they ripped that out, and then his bones were just like, you know what? We're gonna heal to where everything was. I guess
Yeah.
that's the only way it makes sense. Like there was bones here, or there was structure here. So let's go ahead and add structure there.
Yeah,
So
Wolverine was their golden boy, man.
yeah, he was. Those bone claws broke a lot though.
Yeah,
He'd be like, let's fight. All right, I was just playing, bro.
and he gets stomped out by Sabretooth for like the 1,000th time.
Stomped out by
Sabretooth
Sabretooth.
used to just hunt him down every like day of the year.
For no
Yeah.
reason.
Like he would come see him every day of the year, just
But
beat
But
the
hey,
hell
look,
out of
it's
him.
you. And just beat the shit out of him.
It sucked.
And the Sabretooth had the healing factor too, so they would beat the
Yep.
shit out of each other actually.
Yeah,
And then it's
And they
like,
run it
damn, man, that
back.
really sucked.
yeah,
All right, well, I'll see you next time.
yeah, man. Roxy, what about you?
I don't
First ever
remember.
comic book.
I was trying to think this whole time. I don't remember. Like I can't remember the first one I read. I used to just go like get a whole lot of comics, and a lot of them I wouldn't read. They would just be like a quarter.
Yeah,
I'll get the really cheap one. So I don't remember. I I remember reading more manga than just like actual comic books.
Like when you were younger? Like,
yeah.
You was on the manga train that early?
Yeah, but I didn't know they were manga. Like I just would go get books. Like I would go to the bookstore. So I would just like get books. So I'd be like, oh, that looks like something I would like. So I would just get them. But I do remember reading the Ninja Turtles. And I love Ninja Turtles growing up. But the comic book, that's when I realized like, oh, like this isn't the same thing at all. I was actually really disappointed because I was a little kid. Like, oh, Ninja Turtles. And it was just dark. Yeah. And like that, the drawings were dark. And I was like, they not eating pizza? Where the goddamn pizza?
Ain't no cowabunga in here.
People are dying?
Yeah,
I'm
man.
for.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wasn't, that's probably that's my answer, Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. That's a good one for sure in the comic book space.
And they had a good song. Not like that.
What was it?
The Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Heroes in a Half Shell, Turtle Power. They're the world's most fearsome
guys.
fighting.
All right, okay, we got it. Thank
You're
you.
super cool.
Yeah, you all doing it.
They're heroes in a half shell,
Yeah.
and they're green.
Okay, got it, guys. What else are we doing today? What are we just talking
yeah.
We get a chance to talk about my favorite comic book hero, Batman. Batman. The incredible history and lore of Batman. A character who has really motivated people in a lot of ways over the years. He's also become a kind of like a symbol in which people love to hate.
Yes.
Because he's just human.
Yep.
And he's just a rich white guy with money.
Yeah, that's all he is. He's a
see.
rich white guy who likes to hurt people.
Mentally ill people, Vince Staples said it, and I agree.
Yeah.
That's right. He did give a good
He
take
beats
on
the
that.
shit out of mentally ill people. It's like, oh, dang, you have multiple personality disorder. That's crazy. Wow. Schizophrenia, crazy. Elbow. Batarang. It's like,
My
So
favorite.
that's a great way
Tourette's
to get into
wild.
it then. Like, do you love or do you hate Batman? And for the reason we just kind of put on the table, Brennan, we'll start with you. Love or hate Batman?
It's a love-hate relationship because the thing is, like, growing up, I always loved Batman because, he could get it done. It's like Batman always had a plan. He always had the gadget to save the day. He always knew ahead of time what was going on. And reading comics, I like dark comics. Like, I like dark storytelling. And Batman always had the darkest type of storytelling. Like, one of my favorite stories in the DC universe is Red Hood. Which is very much so, yeah, right. And for those who don't know, if I mind me just dropping a little knowledge, Red Hood is a anti-hero that comes from the Batman hero tree. He was Robin, and he was killed by the Joker. And then Batman showed up just too late to save him. He's dead. Ra's al Ghul, who is like Batman's mentor in the Batman Begins, he has this pool of like immortality. He takes
Lazarus Pit.
Lazarus Pits. Thank you. And he takes his body. He takes Robin's body to the Lazarus Pits, revives him. He comes back, and then he's like, "Yo, like I'm alive. Cool. Let me go back and see Batman." And he's just like, as he's coming back, he's like, "Wait, the Joker's still alive." He sees him while they're fighting.
Yeah.
He's like, "He's still alive. Why didn't you kill him? He killed me." Batman's like, "I don't cross that line." He was just like, "Oh, that's crazy.
You're
Then F
pussy.
this, F you, F everybody."
Yep.
Matter of fact, you said never use guns. I'm going to use all the guns.
All of
every
them.
gun.
The whole arsenal.
All the guns, everything you ever taught me is going to lethal weapon life.
Yeah.
And so everybody gets to smoke now. And I'm now the judge, jury, and executioner.
That's right.
Love
Joker
it.
dies, everybody dies. He never kills the Joker, but he kills a lot of people.
Yeah. A lot of lower
and
it's
levels,
a
drug
very-
dealers and thugs and stuff that he goes after and kills them.
And he
I love it
blowing
because
him up, like-
you feel him. Like, you can't really call him a villain because of what he literally got killed by the Joker. And now he's like, no, anybody who kills people like the Joker, I'm going to kill.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can understand his motivation. But Batman doesn't. So Batman often fights with him, but can't ever like take him in or
Yeah.
finish him.
Can't embrace him.
Because
It'd
he's
be
like,
so
I
sad.
killed you. I let you die. You died on
You're
my
my
watch.
son, essentially.
Yeah. And so that's why I love that story, and I love how dark that is. So for me, I love that side of Batman. On this other side, I hate Batman. And when you just look at him from the objective comedic standpoint of just like, so we just gonna accept this rich white 1%er running around in tights at night, beating the living shit out of people who have mental illness, and then put him temporarily in prison so he can let them get out so he can beat the shit out of them again. That's just all. That's Batman. Like, I'm just like, oh well, I guess when you word it like that, I can't really cheer for him.
See, it's to hear you break it down like that. It's like we weren't aware of that growing up. Like that wasn't even a thought process as far as like Batman's real reasoning for doing things. Like when we were kids, we didn't look at it like that.
No.
But because the
Didn't
world has
care.
become so much more educated and we get a chance to be like,
To
oh,
step
they
back and
can
look at
like
the-
recognize similarities. They're like, oh,
Mhm.
all these people are mentally ill. They should probably get help.
Well, the thing is, we knew that though because where did we put him in jail? We didn't put him in jail.
We put them in the Arkham Asylum.
Asylum, the mental hospital.
But we was
We
six.
knew
I
it.
ain't
We
know
just
what
went
damn
on with it.
asylum. Yeah.
Exactly. As a kid, I'm like, they're
like, you
going
know
to
what's
Arkham. That's
crazy,
where they
but,
hold
like, you ain't know
supervillains.
what's
They just did,
crazy.
but the point being is
Yeah.
they didn't hide it at all. Like Batman was the only superhero to ever put prisoners in
An
a
asylum.
mental asylum.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? Like-
wait, SpongeBob. They put Miss Puff
He's
in
not
there.
a superhero.
SpongeBob's not a superhero.
SpongeBob's not a superhero.
He has a
not.
cape.
He's not.
He
a
saves
superhero.
people?
No, he has superheroes in the show, but he's not a superhero.
He's a superhero.
He's not.
Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
No, you remember
are
when he
the
got those
superheroes.
fast powers?
Look, he's had
how
moments.
quickly we forget.
Listen, he's had moments of doing heroism, but he's not a hero. People
He's
who are
a
hero,
hero.
you got to be dedicated to the craft.
So he's not.
he is not.
He has saved his cooking's never saved people. Yeah, idiots.
Love or hate Batman, Roxy? Where do you stand with
Good
this one?
Lord.
Where do
It's
you
like
stand?
y'all be getting so mad.
You be saying the dumbest shit. Okay, I'm sorry.
you be arguing with it.
No, what makes me
Who's
mad is that
dumber?
that part right there is gonna get put into a stupid clip, and then it's gonna become an argument online.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be some idiots who are gonna be like, "Yeah, Roxy, you're right, man. SpongeBob is the greatest hero." And I'm like, all of you are dumb. You saw the anime adaptation of SpongeBob, and now call him a hero. He's not.
They're gonna put him in the
Just
Shaggy conversation.
call the
too.
audience
You know the whole
idiots.
Shaggy thing,
So
the Ultra
rude.
Instinct Shaggy.
Oh,
You
I've
heard
seen
about that?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what this conversation is gonna lead to.
Yeah,
Okay.
why did you
Roxy,
get-
love or
Dang,
hate?
y'all so fucking stupid. Why did you get that accent? Me and Hippie were talking about it.
Roxy,
All
love
right,
or
so
hate?
love or hate. Excuse me. Cleo asked me the question. I will respond to you.
Thank you. Love or
What's the
hate for
question?
Batman?
Didn't even know the fucking question.
I'm kind of like Brennan. I'm kind of in the middle. Like I have my love and hate for Batman. I love. You know what? I'm lying. Indifferent. There we go. I don't necessarily love or hate him. I don't. He just be there.
He's on your lap.
Like he's soft.
Did you notice when this podcast started, she had Batman on her lap and Cyborg like on her
Yeah,
other
he was
lap?
in the crotch. I
No, I
moved
didn't
him.
see that.
Yeah.
I moved him.
She's
First
a
he was in
2-man kind
here.
of woman. Like she needs two to keep her
How you know?
entertained. Look,
mean-
He ain't wrong, baby. All right. Oh, valid. Okay, so walked right into that one.
Cleo.
sorry,
And we
sorry.
just added Cleo too.
Sorry. God.
And what a great addition you've been. All right, so I feel like I don't necessarily. Really pick your head back up. I don't necessarily like Batman as a character. He's a little boring. I feel like everything around Batman is more interesting than him himself.
Okay.
Like he ain't funny. He get hoes and that's cool.
But he
but
don't
like,
care about him.
huh? Yeah, which is hilarious. But I just don't feel like he himself is interesting. But like I love the Batman villains.
So wait, can
Yeah.
I just? Can you mind if I speak
Go
on
for
that for
it.
a second?
Yes,
so you
sir.
don't think somebody who physically trained themselves to the point of being damn near as well as
That's
like,
great.
as powerful as a supervillain
He ain't funny.
or a superhero, or somebody who like literally
Mhm.
designed an entire arsenal of
That's cool.
weapons and
That's
vehicles?
that's what I'm saying. Everything around him is great.
But he created
That's the-
things around him.
I don't give a shit. That just show me that. I don't need to hear you talk about it, bro. Just show me the shit you made. I'm not super interested in the mechanics of it. You know,
I'm really
just
hating this shit.
it's just
So,
Man.
so now I have a question. That makes me very curious. So, your whole way of breaking that down is pretty much saying, if you a lame, you a lame.
yeah,
Like that's
you
what you're telling me
lame-ass
about.
nigga,
Like
like, he
Batman's a lame to
cool.
you. But so,
He-
would you like
he's
Bruce?
just-
Would you
If-
fuck with?
Would you
Bruce?
fuck with Bruce?
I would fuck Bruce for his money.
There it is.
And
See
let's
what I'm
be
saying?
honest, but if he
See what
started
I'm saying?
just-
I was
if
gonna
I-
get to that.
if I didn't, if he just came up and talked, because like even when I'm watching him like hit on women, I'd be like, that wouldn't legit. I'm good.
Who hitting on women?
Like when he be
Batman?
like, yeah, when he be
Batman,
no, not
no.
Batman. I'm talking about Bruce.
Bruce,
When
gotcha.
he be in his suit, and he be like, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I think I just don't like rich white people, so that could be it as well.
You just said
He
you
just-
fuck him. You
I
just
would.
said that.
Fucking means like, huh?
For
What are
me,
you,
yes.
What are you?
Yeah, it does.
18. Grow up, Brennan. We're in the real world.
I thought it
We're
went the-
fucking for bucks.
I thought it was the other way around. Roxy. I thought like when you were younger, you didn't know what she was doing it for.
you
No.
a child.
Oh,
Love,
my God.
motherfucker. I'm trying to fly in that shit. What are you talking about? I had to like this motherfucker.
Only Rox would be like, I'm trying to dome him up in the back. the
Oh,
Batwing.
that would be crazy.
So, Cleo,
That wait, no,
I like
I
to- I li-
kind of like Batman.
I would
now.
like to just point out that
I kind of like Batman.
now you like Batman because you could dome up.
I
in the
just
Batwing.
thought about it. I'm like, yo, that would be. He got gadgets. I like Batman.
All right, so
Love.
I just want to take. I honestly do want to just take a moment
Yeah.
And truly, thank you, Khleo, for being here, so I don't have to endure this alone.
He started.
Thank you so much, my man. Like you didn't have to do this. You didn't have to be
Oh,
here.
y'all snap, y'all
You
friends.
chose to be here. Thank you.
Bro, Roxy's out of her mind, so it's dope to see her in this space for sure.
Out of her mind.
She's
bro.
out of her
He
mind,
said
man.
he asked would I dome him up, and the answer was yes. Was I
You
gonna
knew the answer
lie?
before
I
you
knew
asked
it,
Yeah.
but that's stuff Roxy
That's
likes, man.
that would go crazy.
She's not the first person to say that though. As far as people enjoy Batman, but
Oh.
enjoy everything outside of him. They
Boy,
enjoy
you
the
don't.
villains. They enjoy his sidekicks.
Yep.
They love all those aspects of him. He just happens to be the central focus point of the
Well, if you
story.
think about like the Dark Knight, nobody talks about Batman. It's all about the Joker.
yeah,
You know, it's like, but the thing is, and I agree that for me, any type of medium of like superhero or like protagonist, antagonist,
Mhm.
to me, easily the antagonist is more important than the
always.
protagonist.
Yeah,
Like the antagonist needs to be the focus of everything, and Batman is a great medium. He's a great palette for antagonists, you know, because he's just so, as you say, bland.
Very
He
rigid.
just is like very much so like I am whatever is needed for the moment. Whereas like all of the villains that he fights, they're just so unique. It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like Jim Carrey is the Riddler.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Love it.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Penguin. Like they went crazy on the villains for this show.
Yeah.
If you think about it, like they went crazy. They're like, all right, Batman or whatever, parents died. But like these villains though.
yeah, man.
And they be
You know?
going through it. So yeah,
yeah.
the
all right.
world is great.
So that gives me to my next question. What's your favorite Batman movie?
I mean, it's the low hanging fruit, bro. Like I was just saying, like Dark Knight.
The
Like,
Dark Knight.
It's one of the best cinematic masterpieces that I've experienced. And like
Facts.
the thing is, people don't realize that the movie before it, Batman Begins, was actually really good too. People
Mhm.
forget. It's really good. Like you can hate on it all you want. Like I actually rewatched it recently because I was like, this movie wasn't good. I remember like thinking it wasn't good. But the Dark Knight doesn't happen unless Batman Begins happens the way it does.
True.
And Batman Begins, like it just like the Ra's al Ghul training sessions and you know all the stuff that he goes through. It's pretty crazy. You know, it's like, oh, okay, cool. We built up the character of this Batman as this guy that we now know his whole backdrop, and that gave the stakes to the Dark Knight.
That's
You know,
true.
so now you know, like, this is what Batman been through. Now, like, this is what the Joker puts him through.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't like the movie after that. The Bane one, I didn't think was very good.
Dark Knight Rises.
You didn't like Bane.
The first half of that movie was one of my favorite things ever. And the second half, when he
It
just,
starts to teeter.
no, what happens? The woman shows up, and the Bane just becomes a bitch. Like
Talia?
yeah. As soon as she shows up, he's just like, and I'm in the background. Like it's just like I don't care anymore. He just starts taking L's, getting his ass beat. Like it just don't matter, you know. And so for me, it's like if he would have just stayed the villain and stayed super badass like he was in the beginning of that movie, all the way through the movie,
Yeah.
then I'm all for it. But then it's just like as soon as she showed up, he was just like, I don't know how to fight anymore. Actually, I don't even know how to talk anymore. Like he stops talking as soon as she shows up, and I'm just
Hey,
like,
it's the-
this killed the
yeah.
movie for me.
Roxy, what about you? Your favorite Batman movie?
I was really thinking, and my favorite Batman movie is not a Batman movie. He's not really in it that much.
Which
Go on.
is?
It is. I just forgot.
Of course you did.
No, it's the animated Suicide Squad movie.
Assault on Arkham?
Yeah, I always be like Attack on Arkham, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's not what it's called.
Assault on Arkham.
Yes, that's like my favorite. I think he's in there for like a couple seconds.
Yep.
So yeah, that's my favorite one. That's what Suicide Squad should have been. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't that, and so I didn't love it. But because I love the villain so much, such a great movie. It's a great movie. If we got to go one with him in it,
DC
Yeah.
animated movies go hard.
yo,
all of them.
that's what made me
All
start
of them.
liking DC because
Bro.
I've said this before. I was Marvel down.
I
But
got Max. I got Max, and I was like over
Woo!
the pandemic, I was up in there just like,
Yeah.
yo,
It is crazy.
I watched everything. Flashpoint, Paradox, let's go.
Great.
Beautiful storytelling with that one.
I would say the second one's Killing Joke, even though he's not in that one. Not the first half, just the second half. That little whole him smashing.
Yeah.
That was wild. That was disgusting.
Yo, I remember when people first saw that, people
Did
were
you see it in
really
theaters?
upset. No, I didn't see it in
Oh,
theaters.
people were yelling.
pissed about that.
Why? What
because
happened?
so him and Barbara Gordon,
Batgirl.
have
Yeah,
sex.
Batgirl gave
Oh
him
yeah,
some
yeah,
On
I
the
do remember that.
roof.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they
yeah.
had like a one-day
Pissed.
showing, and in the theater, people were like, "What the fuck? That's his daughter." I'm spitting like Jim Ross, but yeah, they were like, "That's a slobber knocker," but they were like, "That's disgusting."
Yeah.
Like it was in how it happened too. Like they
Yeah.
were talking and
No,
they
then
were
he kind of threw
arguing.
it to the side too. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, they get nasty." They
and then
was
she
getting-
came back
I liked
pregnant.
it.
And it was like, whoa, like this is a
Lots
way
going
too much of
on.
a switch up of the Lord.
Lots
People were
going
very
on.
upset about
This is
that.
disgusting. It was wildly unnecessary.
What about you?
Man. Favorite Batman movie? I gotta go with the Batman Returns. I think that's
Jim Carrey?
no. The one with Catwoman and
Poison Ivy?
Penguin.
Penguin?
Oh yeah.
It's Batman Returns.
Is that the one Michelle Pfeiffer, right?
Michelle Pfeiffer
Yeah.
and Danny DeVito. Let me tell you something, man. Michelle Pfeiffer's performance as Catwoman
Hey.
is top 5.
Calm down.
Top 5.
You all right, bro?
Hey,
You all right?
Hey,
Is it
yo,
her
don't
was it her
reminisce.
performance
Michelle
or
Pfeiffer in that cat suit. She's a completely different character. Well, we seen the beginning of that movie.
y'all hear the tone
It's
change?
not who
Yeah.
she is at that end.
Looking, eyes was
Eyes
That
closed,
closed.
moment
licking
she
lips.
kisses that man with that shocker. She got the shock system, and
I'm feeling the heat.
I love Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. Oh,
She's great.
and we've had several Catwoman. I mean, Eartha Kitt. We've
Ah.
had
Halle Berry?
Halle Berry.
She
Anne
looked good, but she
Anne
ain't do much.
Hathaway. Zoe.
Yeah.
We gotta put Zoe in there as well now. But yeah, it's for me. It's that one. That was
Yeah,
my
we
favorite one.
see. Okay.
Yeah, man. But favorite Batman villains though. This is where it gets interesting because there's
Ooh.
so many, and people love Batman for that reason. People love his villains.
How you started then? You
Right,
started.
me?
Yeah, you started.
My favorite Batman villain. All right, we're going to switch it up there. I can't give you one. Can we all give 3? Everyone comfortable giving you
I'll
at least
give
3?
6.
Yeah, I'll
it's
do
fine.
3.
6?
No,
Jesus.
you so
First
bad.
favorite Batman villain, I'm going to have to go with Clayface from the Batman the Animated Series.
Okay.
I loved what they did with that character. Maybe it's the animation of it as well.
Mhm.
It scared the hell out of me as a kid. So Clayface is on that list for me. Number 2 in that, I'm going to have to go with the Court of Owls as a Batman villain. You guys familiar with Court of Owls?
No, I'm not. That's why I'm over here looking at my phone. Like, all right, go
Ooh.
on.
Okay, so the Court of Owls. So you
My
think
phone did.
it's Bruce knows everything about Gotham,
Right.
Mhm.
or so he thinks.
Okay.
Meanwhile, there's a whole nother thing underneath that has been running Gotham since the very, very, very beginning.
Court of Owls.
The Court of Owls.
Oh, yeah, them.
Yes.
That's their name.
Yes. But it's not just one thing, it's a
Yes.
whole system. And
Now I
bro,
remember.
that story, that comic book run is
Yeah.
crazy. Love
Okay.
that one. And then third on that list, you just gotta say Joker. You have
Yeah.
to. You have to. You gotta
Yeah.
say Joker. We've seen so many different iterations of
Who's
him
your
as
favorite
well.
Joker?
My favorite Joker? Mark Hamill's
Yes, okay,
animated.
here we
yeah,
go.
yeah.
We're friends
Mark
sometimes.
Hamill. Yeah.
He is the Joker.
He is.
He's yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So you want to go?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna start with Ra's al Ghul.
Banger.
I think Ra's al Ghul, he just encompasses, like, he's just such a complex character,
Mm-hmm.
and he brings so much to the table. Like, he's the reason immortality is on the plate for the Batman lure in the first place.
Yeah.
And then secondarily, like, his daughter and the issues with
Mhm.
her. It's just like he has a whole tree of like villains that come underneath him that he oversees and he trains and all that. So like, I think he's ridiculous. Number 2, I always love the fights between Batman and Bane. Like, just they're always lit. Like, Batman always whoops his ass, but like, not always. He gets his back broken.
He
Obviously,
got his back
he's
broke.
he's the one that, like,
Broke his back.
you could argue that Bane hurt.
Like, it's legit, like, comic lore. Everyone says it the exact same way you just said
broke
it.
his back.
Bane broke his back.
Yeah, that's
And but
true.
only Roxy would take that
Yeah.
and make sure to be
All
like,
I said was he broke his back.
yeah, we know, Roxy. We know.
The
You know
We
what?
know.
You know
Like,
what, Cleo? I don't show this to the
You
ears.
100% shoulder.
It was oh,
See?
See, look at her start laughing. The shoulders came up.
cause he broke his.
Yeah, exactly. So like I said, Bane.
Bane is great.
Bane is great. I think
What?
Bane physically harmed Batman more than any other character
Yeah.
in the history of all the Batman
Made him
fights.
just go back to
That
the drawing
bat, that
board.
bat break is like, it's like he takes him out the
Mm.
game longer than anything else that's ever happens to him with anyone else.
Yep.
And then the third one, because the obvious answer is the Joker, so I'm going to take a side note of that and say actually Harley Quinn. And the reason I say Harley Quinn, because Harley Quinn has some of the most unique experiences with Batman, with like dealing with like sexuality, playing with mental health, and even like Batman trying to like Captain Save-A-Ho her. It's like you don't have to. Like she like lures him in and like stabs him and does all kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Like she has some of the more tense moments with Batman because she does such a good job of being able to play whatever part is necessary. She's like, I'm the sidekick to the Joker. I'm the villain now. I'm the damsel in distress. Like she can be any of these things at any given point, and Batman don't know what to do with her. You know what I'm saying? He's like,
Yeah.
whenever she shows up, he's just like, all right, so we scrapping, like we fucking, like what is happening? I have no idea.
Yeah.
So those are my 3.
If you love that complex
Catwoman.
relationship between between Harley Quinn and Batman, you got to look into Batman White Knight.
Okay.
It's a story in which the Joker is now cured. He takes pills.
Uh-huh.
So he's now the hero of Gotham.
Really?
And he has a whole like task force that takes over the city, and he becomes the hero.
Mhm.
But there's times where he still snaps, and Harley and Batman are together, and it's a crazy story that they break down with their children. Really dope.
What?
If you have not checked
What's
out
it
that
called
story,
again?
White Knight.
White Knight. Is it
White-
comic or is it like a
Comic.
movie? It's a comic. Okay.
It's dope. Yes.
All right.
Roxy.
You already said
Villains.
mine, but I'm gonna go with, of course, Joker,
'Kay.
because he's a menace.
Mhm.
Like, he stresses Batman out. Batman be stressed, and that's just so funny to me. Like, just a person that like
It
is
would
like
be funny to you. That's really funny.
They're
You
stressing
get
someone else out
getting
constantly.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, you think you're at the top of your game? Chaos.
Yeah, it's
Like-
crazy. Here's a titty.
and it's for no reason.
Mhm.
Wow, ooh, that's telling. That's really I'm learning a lot about myself right now. But yeah, I just love because it's for nothing. He's
It's
just like, I'm gonna
nothing.
fuck y'all shit up. Why? Ha. That's hilarious to me.
Why?
That's the answer.
Like when he burnt the money in Dark Knight, I was like, that I would be cracking the fuck up. Like that just was it was such a good scene, so telling, and he's just a great villain. Every Joker I love. Even the old, what's his face? The old Adam West one.
Oh, yeah.
When he had a little, because he just looked so stupid. I like the one where he like called Batman. Did y'all ever see that?
No.
And he was like talking shit to Batman on the phone, and then Batman like busted in the door, and he was like, he's just so funny. And then second, of course, is Harley Quinn for the same reason, but I like the depth. I like that she be out there fucking,
You're right.
and I just feel like but she's also like intelligent, like she's so multi-layered, multifaceted. That character always resonated like a lot with me.
What, for Harley, it's crazy, though, because she wasn't a comic book character first.
Yeah,
Like, that character was created for Batman the Animated Series.
which she was great in.
That's her origin.
I
It's
did
not
not
know
from the
that.
comics.
I did not know
They
that.
put her, that Joker sidekick, Harley Quinn, came from the Batman the Animated Series. It became so popular that they were like, oh, shit. Now we have to launch her. And here we are years
Nah,
later.
She got her own movie.
Margot Robbie,
Mhm.
you got Lady Gaga getting ready to play her in the upcoming Joker sequel.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Lady
did
Gaga
not
will
know
be
that.
playing Harley Quinn in Joker too
Yo.
with Joaquin Phoenix.
What? That's
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah. And
What?
it's a musical. Yeah.
I hate
I don't know
it,
how I feel, but
actually.
I'm gonna like. I'm gonna watch.
I didn't like the first Joker, to be honest.
Whoa.
You
No.
like the
You want to talk about it? We can talk about it.
It's not,
I can tell you why.
why?
Here's why. It's not the Joker. That's the reason. That's the reason that I didn't like it. It's. I think it's a good movie.
go ahead. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think
go
it's
ahead.
I think it's an art piece
I would-
as a story talking about mental health, as a story of
Mhm.
talking just of how they shot it. You know, even like the story arc and everything like that. I was like, this is really well done. This is a good story. This isn't the Joker. That's the reason I didn't like it. The reason they called it the Joker was just so people would go watch it.
Mm.
You know, because if it was anything else, people wouldn't have watched it.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, we have a story about mental health about this guy, you know, who just
About
like
this
goes
guy?
through this guy who just goes through and ends up like kind of sort of starting a weird anti-revolution kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like nobody would care. It's like, oh wow, now another indie film is over here, whatever. Joaquin Phoenix did some shit. But they were like, well, this movie is really crazy. Like to me, I feel like this movie was written as just a guy.
Mhm.
You know, it was really wild. And then some
Mhm.
executive was just like, that
Make the
doesn't matter.
Joker.
But if we make this into the Joker, this will be one of the top selling things ever.
I could see that.
Like if we literally just add these little elements to it and we just call it the Joker, everyone's gonna watch it. And so then we did it, and it's just like if you really are a fan of the Joker, if you really are a fan of the Batman series, you know that this origin story is nothing
Nope.
like what the actual Joker is. Because to me, and to anyone who knows the Joker, who's a fan of the Batman series, knows the Joker is a genius.
Mm-hmm.
He is an absolute genius. His mind is as powerful or more powerful than Batman's. That's the reason they go the way they
Mhm.
do. You know, Batman is the greatest detective in the world, and which means that Joker on the other side of it is the greatest villain or close to the greatest detective in the world as well. This man was an idiot. You know what I'm saying? This man was an
You're
idiot.
not wrong. You're not wrong.
This man
This
was
wrong.
man was an idiot.
this man was an idiot. Like he wasn't like there was nothing special about him.
Mm.
In the word of like in the space of like this massive intellect and this the ability to put together entire groups of plans and things like that. This ain't him.
That's not the guy.
Yeah, I'm
This
not
is not the
following this
guy.
guy. You're
Yeah,
right.
so-
Joker had that ability to draw people in, and yeah, I'm not following that
And so
kick stairs guy.
So for me, exactly. It's like for me, this is like
The
an art.
buttocks.
If I saw that motherfucker,
This for
I'm
me is like
nah.
an art piece by somebody who's like, I like the colors of the Joker. You know what I'm saying? I like the colors of the Joker, and I like the idea of being able to show human emotion growing in these different ways. It's like
Mhm.
some like art student kid got really high and wrote a script about something they could shoot beautifully that they know would just people would appreciate for the art side of it, and called it the Joker. It wasn't somebody saying, "Yo, this is the real origin of the Joker. Let's tell the story
But
from the Joker's
But
perspective."
I don't think they marketed it as that.
What's it
I think it's
called?
a great
What's it
marketing. No, it's a great marketing decision to make it Joker.
No, so capitalistically, I'm like, I think they did a great job.
Yeah.
Like they did
Capitalistic.
exactly what they should have done. But for me, as a fan, as someone who understands who the Joker is,
Yeah.
it's not the Joker.
That's not
like
our
I watched
Joker.
that movie and I was like, I had two feelings. On one side, I was like, I hate this movie because this does not depict anything that I wanted to see when it comes to what allows the Joker to be the person that we saw in The Dark Knight. What allows us to see who that is in the animated series. What allows us to see in all these different pieces. The one who kills Robin. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not him.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he ain't him.
He ain't him. He
Doing a
ain't
whole-
him.
That's not my Joker.
No.
Not my Joker. Not my Joker.
Brennan is mad. You
No,
see
he's
his fist?
no, he's
Yes,
dead
I was
serious
Chef.
about this. I respect
Yes,
his
Chef.
position. I get it. I
Yes.
get it. I get it.
So for
But
me,
I agree.
like I was very angry after watching that movie because I wanted something that wasn't delivered.
I got
Like,
you.
can you imagine if they actually were saying, you know what? Let's actually make the real origin story of the Joker from a mental health standpoint that's really intense.
That
It's
would go
like
crazy.
him as a kid, like a hyper genius and, tragedy and trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like really build into that actual story that shows like, yeah, he could have been a good guy. He could have been the president. He could have been a superhero, but he wasn't because the world fucked him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I get where
saying?
you're coming
And then this final tragedy by Batman just pushed him right over the edge at the last moment. He was still trying to do something right, something good,
Oh.
but pushed him right over the edge. And now we have our red lips, we have our white face, we have a fucking problem. That's who I want to see, and that is not who we saw. So no, I don't fuck with that movie.
Joaquin
Well.
won an Oscar, and it's like he
Yeah,
doesn't
he
give a
like,
shit.
fuck that
He doesn't give a
Oscar.
shit.
Congratulations,
respect.
you did a great performance of it was a falsehood.
Yeah, okay. All right. Respect to that.
It was.
Respect
It was a
I respect
falsehood.
Brennan's
He
He
opinion
ain't
on
the
it.
fucking Joker. He did a great performance of a character. He deserved an award for the performance he gave, but it wasn't the Joker. That's my only point.
There it is.
Yeesh.
He gave it off. All right.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
unload it. All right. So next topic upcoming for us is Batman Beyond. Terry McGinnis. For those that don't know, Batman gets old in Gotham, and then there's a moment where he's about to get stomped out and killed by the people he's fighting, and he grabs a gun to like ward them away, and then he looks at his hand. He's like, I can't do this anymore. So he puts the gun down, puts the suit up, he disappears. We don't see Batman for years. And then Terry McGinnis, a high school kid, is getting chased by the Joker gang in the animated series, and he ends up like in the front of Wayne Manor. And Terry then gets jumped there. Bruce comes out, helps him. Then Bruce catches a heart attack. Terry takes him into the manor, pushes a button. Next thing you know, he discovers the Batcave.
It was dope.
That's how the origin story of Terry begins. Then we get the whole Batman Beyond animated series, which was really, really dope. Loved it growing up as a kid. Are you familiar with what happened at the end of Justice League Unlimited? Yes.
Yes,
No,
You are.
I
am
think
not.
so.
Okay. So turns out Terry McGinnis is a clone of Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
So Amanda Waller, that bitch.
Yo, she's such a bitch.
I love
She's
Amanda
such
Waller,
a
but I
bitch.
hate that
Villain.
But she be standing
Oh,
on business.
She's
She
a
be standing
beast,
on
bro. She's a
business.
beast. The Wall. I love the fact that that's her nickname. So
the wall.
The Wall. So her thing was like, yo, she noticed Bruce was getting old, so she's like, all right, well, look,
We need another one of you.
we need another one. It's like she couldn't picture a world without having somebody like him. So she scooped up some DNA. She
How?
had Cadmus Labs change the DNA of Terry's father. So then when he
That's cool.
so it's really
what?
Bruce's kid. So yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Crazy
fucked up.
the epilogue is the end, right?
Yes.
Epilogue. Crazy epilogue that they put at the end of the Justice League Unlimited series for people.
I love
What?
that
That
Justice League
wrapped up a
Unlimited.
lore.
I like Justice League Unlimited. It was a good.
It was a
time.
great show.
What
Great
the
show.
fuck?
So in the future, hopefully we get Batman Beyond live action. It was supposed to happen. If the Flash and Ezra wouldn't have did what he did,
Oh my god.
that was the
That
next
would've been-
setup.
that would've been-
That's
it
the
would-
next
it would've had to
Keaton
be.
would have came
Yeah.
back.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
So
stupid.
do we want a
bitch.
Batman Beyond live action, or would you like to see an anime? Because we haven't seen an animated Batman Beyond in years.
I would love to see one of the two, either the live action. I think the live action or an anime adaptation of Batman.
Anime.
Beyond. Because I
Ooh.
think that it lends itself, just like even the character design you see on your hoodie right here, even the character design, I do believe that Batman Beyond actually was made by Japanese
That's
animation studios.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the original
really?
Batman, the animated series from the 90s, was made in a Japanese animated series. So
That's why it looks like that. It looks
Yeah.
great.
and so the thing is, on the old podcast, Animation, we actually had a whole episode where we talked about what makes anime anime,
Mhm.
and it's interesting because some people say if it was made in Japan, it's anime. And then the whole Batman series is all
Technically
it's all anime.
Yeah.
But I've come to the conclusion that I think anything that actually is anime is it doesn't necessarily have to be made in Japan. What it needs to be is premiered on Japanese channels first. on their networks. If it comes out over there first on their channels, if their channels approve it and say this is something that our audience is going to like here, then yes, that is now anime. Otherwise, I don't think so. But point being is that I think that show lends itself really well to that style of animation as well as that style of storytelling. Because it's futuristic, which we know anime does exceptionally well, which sometimes live action has a hard time with that.
Yeah.
They do it exceptionally well, like the twists and turns with a different type of cameos that we might not be able to get for very much longer from the Keatons or whoever they might be aging. Their voices are a lot easier to get than their full bodies.
True.
And so, like, if we were to take it from that route, I would say, if you were to ask me, I'd say make it into an anime, and I bet you it blows up the world, considering anime is now in the main culture of everything. So I think that's what I would do.
Warner Brothers is listening.
They
they're
might.
listening to that. Thoughts?
But also, I think that I think that a Khleo Thomas should voice the Batman Beyond.
Man, look, I hear you when you say that, but I think that it should go to somebody of Asian descent.
Why?
Because I think Terry McGinnis is half Asian.
Is he?
When they originally like drawn out the character, I believe he came from a half Asian heritage.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't
I think
know that.
that's what online is said. That's what the lore wants. So I think it should go to him. What I will say though is if we do get an animated version, right? I hope that they follow the lines of the story of the Return of the Joker for the Batman Beyond movie. Have you seen that one?
I have. Yes.
So
I'm watching
Joker.
this episode, baby.
Spoiler alert. It's a movie.
So good. It's so
It's a
good.
movie in which what's the third Robin? Tim Drake.
I was about to say, yep, Tim Drake.
Tim
what it
Drake
said.
gets kidnapped, just like Jason Todd.
Is he gonna get crowbarred?
That's Jason Todd
Jason
that got
Todd
crowbarred.
to
Yeah,
death.
but are they gonna do that to him too?
So that's what Batman freaking out
Yeah,
about that.
okay.
That's what he's thinking.
So he snatches him up and he pretty much brainwashes little Tim Drake to be a little Joker. So Batman shows up at the Joker spot and little Tim Drake walks out the shadows and he's a little Joker instead of a little Robin. And he's laughing just like Joker. It's so sad, right? But we're seeing this story from the Batman Beyond time. So Joker's
I did
back.
See that clip.
And they're like, how is this guy back? Turns out he put brainwashing and a chip in his head
Wait,
to be Joker in the future.
did I see that?
You probably have seen
You
it.
might have
I
seen
was like,
it.
somebody just I was like,
It
that
wasn't. I say
sound-
this. It was good, but it's not like those movies you watch. Like I'm gonna remember every detail of this movie forever.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
that sounds familiar. That's so sad.
It is sad.
Very sad.
I want that to be live action.
I'm with
So I
that.
could
I
be
want
sad.
that one. I want that.
Oh,
to
I
be
love it.
live
I
action.
think for me, I told you, make it as dark as you want. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
For
my
me, if you can
God.
if you can mix dark and comedy together, that is the best thing ever. It's just like this character is funny, but fucked up shit keeps happening. That's just like the situations are like horrible, and it's just like they're just like shit. You know,
Yeah.
it's like that. I love that kind of thing. But no, I would love that. I'd love that dark, horrible experience of the Batman Beyond, but also like he's lit.
He's lit as hell.
Because
Man.
he
I
throws
want the
hands.
dark
Yes, he
horse
does.
Batman Beyond.
experience.
After the first episode, he be getting his ass whooped.
He be getting
So,
stomped
like,
out.
But after he gets the hang of like learning how to use the technology and having his mentor in his ear, he be whooping ass.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with it, man. So the tech does that for little Tim Drake to be reverted into the Joker in the future. But overall, when we think of Batman, you got to think of his tech.
Yes.
He has a just arsenal of all kinds of different gadgets and tricks. And then who was it? I think it was Jack Nicholson who, when he played the Joker, he complimented he's like, all the toys. I think it was Jack
I like
Nicholson that
Jack
said it.
Nicholson.
So
Joker.
if you could have one Batman tech
Ooh.
at your disposal, anything, which one are you choosing?
I'll go first.
Go for it, Roxy.
Does money count?
No.
That's Bruce's money. That ain't Batman's money. That's Bruce's
I
money.
want the money. Come back to me if it's not money.
Brennan, what you got on it, man?
I can't decide between the Batmobile and the Batjet.
That's
The
so
reason,
fire.
but the big thing is like the first thought was the jet,
Mhm.
but then I also was like I cannot afford
The
a
fuel.
jet. Yeah, the
The
fuel.
upkeep.
the fuel, the
Where you gonna
upkeep.
put it at?
Yeah, there's nothing I can do. Like I won't be able to do anything with it. Whereas the Batmobile, all it really needs is probably an electric charge and some gas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, real talk.
I have a car right now that has electric charge and some gas.
Yeah.
You know, I drive a plug-in hybrid, so I'm like, I'll probably take the Batmobile because I can use it every day.
Mm.
You know,
Good
and then
call.
it's
You want me ride
Yeah.
around the Batmobile?
I know what you're thinking, and no, you may not top off anyone in my
I was not
Batmobile.
gonna say that,
not
but
at all.
yes, I can.
No, you can't. Not me. You better still
Not
find
me,
somebody.
not you.
No, you-
someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
In your car. Oh, that's disrespectful. I
Exactly.
understand.
So no, you may not. It's what I said. You may not do it to me or to anyone else. You may not do it on a car. You may not do it on a plane. Here I am. Bryn, I am.
Hey, Brennan, let me hold the
Nah,
pedal
Negro.
for about 3 hours. I told some lies. I need
The Batmobile, because first and foremost, the pull-up swag, the Riz when I pull up.
Nothing like
Can you imagine that? Like, can you imagine if I like the authentic, which version, right?
Exactly. Which version of the Batmobile? Animated, the Tumbler, the old school Keaton one, or the one
like
that
that
George
one.
Clooney had.
Ooh, that one's
Wait, I don't
The
know what that one was. Look
pretty and
Yeah, it had the like there was like blue lights that came out like the front engine part of it. Oh, it was so dope.
I mean, honestly, the thought that I had was the one that's from the Dark Knight. And
So the
reason,
Tumbler.
The Tumbler. The reason being is that
Oh,
it
is
also
it-
turned to a motorcycle.
Oh,
The tank. Yeah.
Yeah, it turns into a motorcycle. So for me, if it can go back and forth,
Oh,
it's 2 in 1, and it has all these gadgets.
That's
it's fast
pretty
as hell.
fire.
The George Clooney.
That-
one was
yeah,
like
that George
The
Clooney
George
one's
Clooney one's
fire.
lit. That one is dope.
That's dope.
but I don't
What's
think
the-
that thing could take a corner on his life.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not practical.
What's
You know,
the,
so it's just like for me, it's like I'm gonna drive this sometimes.
Michael
You
Keaton.
know, that one's cool to have in my garage, but it's not cool to be like, I'm gonna go to, let me go through the drive-through and get something. Like, you ain't gonna do that.
Shout out to Jay Leno, man. Jay Leno actually drove the Tumbler one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, to see that on the street
Yeah.
is crazy.
I've seen Jay Leno driving since I've lived in LA like 4 times.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, just
It's
driving
always something
because it's just
special.
it's something wild. Like because the
Always
thing is you don't
That's
know what it
so
is.
cool.
That's
the one.
one.
I want that one. But for me, it's like just random side note. Jay, like I'll just be driving. I'm like, what is that car? It's the same reaction every single time. I'm like, what is that? Because I like cars. Like, what is it? I've never seen that before. I keep pulling. I'm like, I don't know what that is. And I look inside Jay Leno.
Jay
I'm like,
Leno,
oh,
bro.
okay. That's why I don't know what it is, because he has the most unique car collection in the world. One of the times he was driving a literal like previous before the Model T, like one of those things that had like 4 levers. And it's like going down the street like that. And he's just out in the open. We had like little glasses on and stuff. It had no window and windshield. He's just like popping down.
Shout out to Jay, man.
Yeah,
Jay
he's
can
just
do whatever the
driving.
hell he wants,
He
man.
just be doing what he wants.
He's a car guy.
Yeah. What about you?
Me?
Yeah,
No, not you. No, you.
Oh!
Me. Oh, tech-wise, for Batman tech. Let me get the Bat computer, man.
Later in the
Let me
Okay.
get the Bat computer.
Wait, the
The
one that like
Batmobile.
can like the
The big
one that was
screen?
the one that had like the echo stuff. That's the problem.
Nah,
Barbara
not
Gordon
that. I
one?
mean, although any Bat computer you technically get would have that because it's the Bat computer.
So you want the power of God?
The Morbius shirt, you know that shirt? You know that story?
Yes.
Yeah, he sits in the Mobius shirt and
Yes.
learns everything.
Yes.
He learns
I
his
know
3
what I
Jokers.
want.
That's what I'm saying. So is that what
It's big.
first? But also, that's what you're doing right now.
I would like that.
So I was over here like I want some Riz. You like I want omnipotence.
They
Like
said
I
I
want to
want
be
the
the alpha
one.
and omega.
Thing. Yeah.
Do you want to though? Because I feel like the more you find out
Maybe
that you know,
they
the more you're gonna be unhappy.
want
Hey, we're talking over here. You stop that.
I don't know what
Thank
the
you.
hell y'all
Thank you. Thank you. For
We're talking
checking
about Batman stuff.
I'm
You
trying to
over
get
here-
my answer ready.
You don't know no Batman tech. You could
Y'all
have
said
said
the
you could have
Batmobile
said
already.
wings. You could have said
How
the
about y'all finish y'all
the
conversation
grappling gun.
and I prepare myself for this homework? Y'all finish y'all conversation.
Oh, that was a fly one
Yeah,
too.
no, don't come over here now.
Nah, that
Finish
was a fly one
conversation.
too.
Y'all gonna yell at me
The
because
contact
a
lens
bitch
camera
trying
from
to
the
get
Batman.
Yeah,
caught
that was
up.
wild. Roxy, what's yours?
I was looking.
Oh, so you don't have one?
I was looking discreetly.
No, you weren't. You were loud. That's why we
Oh,
told you to
was
shut
I?
up.
You were very loud.
Into the microphone. You were
Oh,
loud.
I know. I was here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, I was gonna say the Batmobile, but I feel like that's obvious. But I didn't even think about that. I want the fit.
The suit?
I want the suit, and I don't even want to necessarily do
Is there
that.
any suit that she's? It's not there.
I don't even want
It's
to.
not
You want
I
the
don't-
utility belt is what you want.
No, I want the suit
Why?
because I don't want to do. I just want to walk around
Did
with
you hear
it.
what? Did you hear what Khleo just said? Can you
Yeah,
say
I'm
what-
ignoring
Like,
him.
what
Don't
z-
act it out again.
Can we?
What
Hippie, can you
suit-
pull up Wonder Girl? I think it's Wonder Girl in DC Comics. Have you seen? You know her fit? You
No.
know that's the only thing. Exactly.
Wait,
that's the
let
only
me
thing Roxy
see.
could ever wear. It's not Wonder Girl. Power Girl.
Somebody just tagged me in that and was like, "You should dress up like Wonder Power Girl." Hey man,
That's all you could do.
Yo,
You could do
Roxy,
Power Girl.
You should totally do Power Girl.
Well, now I have to. We built the same.
But can you
for
do
real.
Power Girl
You are-
Justice
you
League?
got no
cheeks
butt.
in.
Justice League.
First of all, small cheeks.
Justice
don't play with
League.
me.
No
Janelle
cheeks.
seen them.
Power Girl Justice
She
League.
has no cheeks.
I have small
she has
cheeks.
big. Look how big her hands are.
Those are regular hands.
Look how big her hands are.
Those are regular hands.
Yeah, so the one on the right. So the one all the way on the right is like that's the fit you'd have to try to pull off, Roxy.
That's not.
Yeah.
That's not how you talk to me. Okay.
Roxy,
so your
you should do
bat
that.
suit would be
But
all black,
I kind of want to
and
do
then
it
would the
now.
window be the
No
bat
color
symbol?
window.
No, yo, her utility belt is in her titties. You know what I'm
Is
saying?
it?
Like she starts putting, like you're like, oh,
Wait, is it really? Or, oh, you're making jokes. These are jokes.
Well, you
That
have
was
unlimited
just-
storage
these
space
are-
there. You know,
Okay, oh, we're
it's
funny.
like Santa's bag.
We're having a great time, huh? I come on here to be professional. Also,
Oh,
but yes,
please.
can you send me that? Because I am gonna do that. But also,
What?
I was gonna say words, but this is PG-13.
The funny thing is, when you get her, she don't have nothing to say. She
I
just be-
don't. Now
she
that
stops.
was.
She puts her hand up and
She-
just starts doing this.
I
and
was
it's
done.
like,
What
you
am I
got
gonna
nothing.
say? That's accurate. Chest out bat suit.
Ah!
That's a bullshit. Well,
AI
where's
generated
Batgirl
one to
suit?
come.
But I
AI
just
generated.
AI generated one's coming
I
next.
like how the suit looks before y'all interrupted me.
Which suit?
Which one?
Any of them. I just like how they all look.
On a man.
On a oh yeah, you're right.
Doesn't look good on a woman.
I'm gonna buy
You
it
be looking
for.
at Catwoman and Power Girl. You ain't looking at you.
I don't want.
You
no,
have
I
no.
want to,
You have no man like build whatsoever.
I
So what do you want the suit to put on someone else and have sex with them or something?
Well, now that you said that, y'all see what happens. I didn't say it. Freaky man. The freaky man did. But yeah, facts. Hey, he a freaky. He a freak. But yeah, now
Only
that I'm
Batman.
I'm thinking about it, I would love that. Put it through the.
Yeah. So another amazing segment that we have here onto the How to Nerd podcast is show and tell, and we all brought some really cool stuff today. I was gonna show up in my Batman Beyond cosplay.
I would have been lit.
Oh my god, it would have been so
Should've.
stiff to sit down. So won't do that here at this time, but next time we do another Batman or DC, any kind
Don't
of thing.
promise that shit.
I
if
will.
you
I
ain't
will
gonna do it.
I will bring it.
Okay.
I'll pull up
Bring
in
it.
it.
You gonna wear it?
I will wear it.
Okay.
Yeah, wear
I
it.
decided to just show this off, man. This got sent to me from this guy, QC Customs. Oh, I got sent this from a guy named QC Customs, and it has Batman Beyond in the Stitch format, and I thought that was really cool. So yeah,
That's dope. I like that.
Who else is on
Shadow
there?
and Spider-Man.
and Miles Morales, Spider-Man as well. So
Fire.
all bunch of nerd stuff,
Yeah, the red and blacks.
all red and black guys. Yeah,
I'm with that.
yeah man.
Roxy, what you got?
I brought. Okay, don't. Let's not make.
I didn't say anything.
Look at her choking herself,
I know, right? Her own titties choking
choking
her
her
out.
ass out. Autoerotica tittiation.
She's talking about me. Like, I'm the freaky one. You over here choking yourself with your own titties. Hey, what did you got? What you got for us?
I'm trying my best. Okay, so I got a present.
You sound so sad.
I really did choke myself. Y'all didn't even help. Y'all just gonna roast me.
What are we supposed to do? Come grab your titties out your throat?
Yes.
Like,
Oh
I don't know
man.
how I choked. I can't go inverted. All right, so I received this actually as a birthday present, and this is from one of my favorite movies, which is Howl's Moving Castle. I have a Calcifer
what does that have to do
tattoo.
with Batman?
It didn't. When the show and tell don't have to be the thing.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Since when? Since when have you done a show and tell on this show in which
Because a
the...
bitch bring what I want.
Now I see why you want to.
Okay, but
I
here's
get
also
it now.
because I do have a Michael Keaton Batman toy. It's
You
like,
didn't bring it, so talk about what
no,
you brought.
I love. Can I
motherfucker.
finish? It's my turn. I thought that's how we do things when it's my turn. So it's my turn. I didn't bring it because I forgot. But this is actually one of my favorite things. As you can see, it's from Howl's Moving Castle, which is an
the worst
anime
one.
like Batman Beyond.
It's the worst Ghibli movie. Look, that's not saying a bad thing. There has to be one that's the worst. What's worse than this one?
Porco Rosso.
No.
Boy, anyway, I'm not finna argue with a bald man. So Calcifer is on the pan,
Who?
and it's
He's the fire.
he's the
Calcifer?
fire demon,
Okay.
Yeah, he's
and
pretty,
it's
he's pretty
from
funny.
like the scene where they cook
Who was his voice?
food.
in-
Billy Crystal.
Yeah, it was very funny.
wow.
It's
He was
a really
funny.
that's funny, but no, it really is a good movie.
That's the only good part of the movie.
And this is
What happened in the movie, Roxy? Tell me the story of Howl's Moving Castle. What happened between Act 2 and Act 3? Was there an Act 2 and Act 3?
yes.
Oh, there was.
So there's a war going on.
Mm-hmm.
There's a man named Hal who has a moving castle.
Oh, that's
There's a
surprising.
woman named Sophie who is a haberdasher.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and she
what?
doesn't have a lot of
The
confidence. in
movie
herself.
follows her.
She makes hats.
Mhm.
And so Hal is fine as fuck. And so the Witch of the Waste wants to like have sex with him and take his heart. And so she sees Sophie talking to Hal and she like, nah, bitch, not up in here. So she curses her. It makes her an old bitch. So Sophie's trying to reverse the curse and she ends up meeting Hal. Okay. And so she goes into his castle and starts cleaning his house. Hal is transforming into a bird because there's a war going on.
Sounds boring. doesn't
And
it?
then so there's a war going on.
The war is like a gentle ass war.
We just went from Batman to this.
He asked the question.
You brought the dumb shit.
It wasn't dumb. Show and tell is to bring items that mean something to you, and I didn't know things that are personal
Thank
value.
you for bringing a pan with a flame on it, Roxy.
You're what? Thank you,
Thank
Khleo.
you so much.
All right, so
Love you
Brennan, what
too.
do you got?
Hating
So,
ass niggas.
good
I don't even
God.
say the N-word.
God.
what I have here, guys, as you can see,
you
is
just wanted
this
to
is
get to your bullshit.
a Batman figurine. My aunt worked for.
Aw, okay, that's actually
she
cute.
worked for Warner Brothers, and she did. She worked in the space of like designing stuff like collector things, and she also worked in like graphic design and all that kind of stuff. And so she actually gave me a bunch of things like that. So I brought in one of my Batman ones that she worked on.
Pretty dope.
It's pretty dope. Even if you feel it, I don't know if you held this. Like it feels very sturdy. It's like it feels
You
like you're
wanna
not
hold
even.
this?
No, I do not.
Oh.
It felt. You should just drop it on the ground.
Don't know. I'm gonna cook with that.
But yeah, you see,
Oh
like
no, it's kind of heavy.
yeah, it's sturdy because
A
it's
little
meant to be a
weight.
collector's item. So it's pretty cool. You know, I
Damn,
actually
you
don't.
clean it. No,
I mean, it's
now I'm a
just-
hater. Show the dirt. Go ahead.
Hey,
Talk about my pants.
She got a lot of stuff. You're such a hater. She gave me a lot of stuff. I just have this up in a box in storage. She gave me too much stuff.
That's fire though. That's some hating ass shit. I have.
Yeah,
to
that was so
acknowledge.
hating.
I
Like,
ain't
look at
never
this dirt
been a
on top.
hater like that. That was wild.
What's wild,
That was
DC
dope.
Universe Online, like that was
was
a thing
crazy.
for them. That was, like they tried to move that story with that game and online play, and then now we have like Suicide Squad, that game coming out.
Yep.
That's supposed
That's
to be
dope.
a live thing, and people are really not rocking with that at all.
Yeah.
So we got to figure out what they're gonna
They
do
ain't
with the
really
DC.
not rocking with that.
They're
at all.
not rocking with it.
That's so
What
fire.
are we doing with this one?
Oh,
What
we're
is it?
doing.
Are we
it's
doing
time to do
voiceovers?
dubs.
All right, it's time for dubs, guys. Who's taking whose character?
All right.
Man, I can't freaking figure out how to unlock this damn gun, man. The safety been off this entire time.
Can you just make sound effects?
And who is this? Who is this white devil walking up to us? Who is this man?
Hey, what's up, bro? We about to do this thing because you know what I'm saying I can slide too. What's up?
Hello, how are y'all today?
Ooh, all right. So look, bro. I'm saying we gonna taste the
Has
joint.
anybody talked to y'all about Jesus Christ?
What do you mean talking to us about Jesus Christ? Look, I praise the Holy Lord, and everybody who comes in
Look,
here.
bro. That gun don't work. Don't even try it. You should try it.
And I just wanted to know. I have a couple pamphlets in the car. Would you be interested?
In the Jesus Christ our Savior.
If Latter-day Saints, okay, let me tell you what I got.
Oh my. Oh, really? What? Jesus.
Because you know, on the 7th day he rested, just lay down. Let me tell you, lay down in a coffin.
What?
Because Jesus, that's the Mormon
I-
version. Yeah, it's the Mormon version. He was in the coffin.
So what?
So yeah, let me tell you, Jesus was there. He didn't die. 3rd day popped up. Sure.
What
I don't
what is
know
happening?
The fuck is
What are you?
I'm so confused.
All right, hippie. That's enough of this. I can't. I think we got there with the Latter Day Saints. thing.
Latter-day Saints. Oh my Lord, man! Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the How to Nerd podcast, where Batman was the topic today, along with
Hey.
the Latter-day Saints and also Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah, I don't know how we got to. Well, we do know how we got to that.
We
There's
do
one
know.
person on this room that don't know how to fucking act, but
It's me.
It's just Roxy, man. Check the description, the info. Make sure you guys join our Patreon and follow
Pull
us on all social media. How to Nerd podcast. I go by the name of Khleo Thomas, aka Mr. Slick Living.
Oh, me, I'm Roxxy Haze.
oh my god, I'm Brennon Edwards.
See you guys on the next episode.
Batman.
Hey.
That was great, guys. Great.